Good morning. It's time for your Eagle Report.
Quiet on set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are happy to welcome poet Malia Hill to our show today. She wrote Thick and Honey a few months ago.
Cobalt glass lines your face still, your ever-shining sea, black opal eyes and winding banister ribs, a translucent venomous body of water, body of melted down pits of heart candy, all Neptune kisses burning slowly down the throat. And you still live in that wild, overgrown parking lot where all the windows are busted out. You don't know that I prayed for you, that I longed for your health more than your mother ever did. I told you of the way bodies float, always face down, and you agreed with me. And you told me that you'd been that way before, how you suffered through many tiny apocalypses. And I wished that every little boy like you could grow butterfly wings and fly to a world where you didn't have to be monsters.
The poem was written for a friend Malia once knew and cared for.
Cell phone addiction is a serious problem around the country and world. Media production students Tashyla Green, Jameer Robinson, and Camille Smith report on phone addiction at Thurston.
The name for smartphone addiction is nomophobia, which is having a fear of not being with your phone. Teens who are on their phones 5 hours a day are 71% more likely to have suicide risk factors than those with 1 hour of use.
So addictive behavior is when you can't stop doing something or checking something or going back to something. So with cell phones, that would be when students are constantly checking, or not students, people, because adults do it just as much, are checking their phone, checking their messages, looking for notifications. Like, we're so afraid that we're missing something in the cyber world that we're not engaging in what's happening around us.
To get an idea of what addiction is like at Thurston, we asked some staff members and students some questions.
Phone addiction, I feel, is very severe here at Thurston because as a SRC coordinator, when teachers confiscate students' phones, they report to the SRC and then we bounce them.
I think our policy here at the school is pretty good at working with that because I think it needs to be a balance. I think you guys have to, I think having cell phones is such a big part of your guys' life right now, so you need to learn when it's okay and when it's not okay to use them. So I think actually our cell phone policy at the school does a pretty good job at saying when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate.
See roughly about 4 students daily for phones.
All right, I feel like about at least like 6 hours a day I'm on my phone.
Oh, an adult I know that has a cell phone addiction would definitely be my husband. He checks his phone all the time, constantly on it. So, yeah.
Reporting from Thurston High, I'm Tashyla Green signing off.
Thanks to Tashyla, Jameer, and Camille for the insight on the growing issue.
Many students from the senior class of 2019 are in the final stretch of completing college applications.
Hi, I'm Destiny Lamb, currently a senior at Thurston High School. Today, I'll be going through facts about how seniors should start getting ready for college and how seniors should start preparing for college. Thurston High School invites college representatives from all around Michigan to come to our school every advisory and give us face-to-face information about their colleges, allowing us to obtain extra or unknown information about different colleges that we might need to know in the future.
So I think the answer to that depends on what you're looking for in college. If you're not really sure what you want to study, community college is a great place to explore taking some general classes without having to pay a whole lot, so you can try a lot of different things and the cost isn't as much. If your family is a little bit financially strapped for paying for college, then I would say a community college is a good place to start also. There's a lot of community colleges out there that have really good programs that connect to universities and whatnot so that you can start at a community college and transition easily to a university. So I think that that's a really good fit. However, on the other hand, if you are a very good student academically and you're being offered good money to go straight to a four-year college or university, I think that should be considered into your decision for going straight to a university. So those are the things I would say to look for. So my best advice in terms of picking the right college and things like that is don't limit yourself. So we usually recommend 5 applications is a pretty good number. You usually want to pick like 1 or 2 reach schools that, like, if you have that dream college that you've always wanted to go to, then you can kind of go for that. And then always pick some schools that you're probably the right fit for. So maybe 2 or 3 of those, and then maybe some safe schools. So I would always apply to a community college just as a backup or a safety net in case something happens with your plans and you need something to fall back on. Then you have a safety plan or a plan B, kind of, so to speak.
Seniors should start preparing for college. They should continue to visit schools, finalize your college list, stay on track with your grades and extracurricular activities.
I think seniors should start by preparing for college as early as possible. So by doing your research, by looking at different schools that have programs that interest you, that have the course of study that you think you might be interested in. So I think it's really important to start early. Whether you should focus on going to a community college or a university varies from person to person. So there are benefits to doing both. The community college is a great way to start out, to take classes for a couple of years because it's cheaper. The average college student changes their major 2 to 3 times, so it gives you kind of the opportunity to try some different things. Whereas there are also advantages to going directly to a 4-year university, so it's all about figuring out what's right for you, what's your best fit.
Here are a couple of facts of how seniors should start preparing for college. Ask for letters of recommendations from teachers or counselors. Meet with your guidance counselors and complete applications. Start networking early. Download time management and study apps. Put together a budget. Get to know your professors and participate in orientation activities.
Looking forward to really just like going and having an experience of being by yourself, being an individual, and studying the field I want to study so I can get to where I want to be. I'm going to a university. My number 1 college choice would have to be Wayne State. It's a mixture of Wayne State or it's FAMU in Florida.
And that's all the tips you need to know about getting ready and prepared for college.
That was a very informational video on how to prepare for college. Thanks, Jalen, Timothy, and Destiny for that report.
Next, here's Micaiah with Sports Recap.
Last week on Tuesday, freshmen won 58-37 to Romulus High School. Sam Hoskins had 17 points, Anthony Chabon added 16 points, and Jalen Roberts chipped in 10 points. JV also lost a close one on 52-41. Varsity won in dramatic fashion, 65-43. Jamar Boyd had 14 points. Khalid Freeman and Darrell Anderson each had 9 points in a great team win. Go Eagles. Girls varsity lost to Romulus High School 67-43, and girls JV also lost 27-12.
Thanks, Micaiah. In addition, here's the scores from Friday's game. The boy JV and varsity boys teams play Annapolis, and the JV won of a score of 61-31. The varsity also won with a final score of 70-35. The girls' varsity basketball team also played Annapolis and won with a score of 39-35.
Coach Gray and members of the softball team have a fundraiser to tell you about.
Sup, Eagles? Winter is here and the holiday season. You want to find a way to keep warm and show your Eagle spirit? Well, the varsity girls softball team is having a fundraiser. We are taking orders for winter-style knit skull or winter-style palm hats. Both styles cost $15. You can stop by the front office to see Mrs. York or Mrs. Kincaid, or stop by Miss Frank's room to catch up with her, or Coach Gray if you catch up with me. You need $15. Give us your name and what style hat you want, and your information and payment into us by next Friday, and hopefully we'll have your hat for you when you return from break. All proceeds are going to go to the softball team for new equipment. Be supportive. Go Eagles.
Support the team and order your hats this week.
Now here's Chris Plummer with everything you need to know.
Come cheer on your Thurston Eagles. Boys JV and varsity basketball games will be held on Tuesday, December 18th at home. The JV starts at 5:30 and varsity starts at 7. The girls JV and varsity basketball games will be away at Clarenceville on Tuesday, December 18th. JV starts at 5:30 and varsity starts at 7. On Tuesday, December 18th, your THS choir will be in concert at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. There will be a poetry club meeting on Wednesday, December 19th at 2:45 p.m. in the Media Center. Night school will be held on Wednesday, December 18th in the Media Center Computer Lab at 3 p.m. The THS band will also be in concert on Wednesday, December 18th at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. There will be a crew meeting on Thursday, December 20th in room 210 at 2:45 p.m. The boys basketball teams will all have games at home on Friday, December 20th. Freshman starts at 4, JV starts at 5:30, and varsity begins at 7. Come cheer on your Thurston Eagles.
Don't forget, we're dressing up in holiday wear all of this week. Tomorrow is favorite holiday movie day. Wednesday is holiday headwear. Thursday is festive color day. And Friday is ugly sweater day.
Please tune in during advisory on Friday for THTV's Christmas special.
Have a great week, Eagles, and don't forget to soar.